Guys, customer pre-ship video 2-pill 2879C with bias and sideband delay. 3-position switch here. That's going to be your sideband delay up there. Just straight AM, no delay there. It's going to have bias regardless. All this does is switch your delay on and off. We're going to be testing at 15 volts flat. Well, 15.1, I guess. And we've got our Anytone Quad 5 N2 going into it. Now, at the end of the video, I'll try to remember and switch slugs out and put like a 100-watt slug in. That way we can get a reference for exactly how much drive we were putting into this thing. That way, obviously, if the customer gets it and they see, let's say they're putting a little more in it, they're seeing a little more, they're putting a little less, they're seeing a little less. This is just a reference video. Again, all that goes out the window if you're not using the same watt meter as me. If you're using a different watt meter, I mean, this really don't mean anything. But let's check it out, see how it does. AM first, we've got our 1,000-watt slug in here, which means we're going to be looking at the bottom scale. Hello, audio, audio. Hello, hello, audio. Looks like about a 90-watt dead key. Hello, swinging about 175, 170 or so. Again, we'll see how much power we're swinging into it. I'd have to guess probably around 20 watts average there, maybe a little bit less. With this radio, even though it does have the modulation mod done to it, the average power mod, it will fall off a little bit when you turn the dead key down significantly. And again, we're probably only putting 45 watts dead key in. Again, that's just a guess. We'll kind of see here in a second what it's doing. This is PEP, or peak power. Audio, audio, check, check, audio. Hello, audio, 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 audio. 575 to almost 600 PEP. Now, what we're going to do, I'm not going to touch the RF power on the radio, which is this knob right here. We're just going to leave it where it's at, and we're just going to switch modes and go to sideband. And we will, again, at the end of the video, I'll try to show the output of the radio on sideband along with the output of the radio on AM. So this is going to be sideband right here. We'll just go ahead and flip our sideband delay. And we're still on PEP. Audio, 1, 2, 3. Audio, check, 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 check. So about 400 on sideband. So what that tells me is our radio is probably doing a lot less because we have the RF power turned way down on sideband. I'd say it's probably doing 50, 60 watts right there, if I had to guess. Giving us about 400 out PEP. And then this is your, oh, definitely, because there's your average power right there. Hello, which isn't much at all. So, what I'm going to do is we're just going to take our 1,000-watt slug out, and we're going to see exactly how much power we are doing here. Here's my handy slug holder, already benefiting me over here from Mr. Timber Reaper. So, now our 100, or our 1,000 is a 100, and we're just getting a reference for how much power we were actually putting into it. This is average power bottom scale on sideband. Hello, not much at all. Look at that. Hello, not even 10 watts. More like 6 watts, maybe 4 watts. And then your PEP audio check. What I say, between 40 and 50, it's actually only doing, struggling to stay above 30 there. So that's pretty good. We're only putting 30 watt sideband in, and we were seeing almost 400. Now, if we want to go to AM and see how much we were doing on AM, all right, let's check that out. This is PEP on AM. Audio check, 1, 2, 3. Audio check, check, check. Audio at almost 100. And sitting here talking, 80, 90, audio check, 1, 2, 3, audio check, 1, 2, 3, audio. That's our peak power that was going in. So remember, we were seeing about 600 watts PEP out on AM, and this is our average. Hello, about 15 watts average. It's like about an 8-watt dead key. Hello, audio. Hello, audio. Swinging about 15. Now, if we wanted to, obviously, we can turn this radio up and it'll start going pretty crazy. Hello, almost 40 average. But when you've got it back down, hello, You don't get all that, it still gets some good forward swing out of it, but the power does fall off a little bit. So that's your output test out of this guy. About 15 watts average and 80 to 90 PEP going in on AM. Gave us about 175 average and about 575 to 600 PEP. On sideband, again, we weren't doing much power at all. We were doing like 30 watts PEP, and it was giving us, about 400 watts PEP out. So good running little amp. How much do I recommend running into them? 80 to 100 PEP is pretty safe. Probably 20 to 30 average. Every radio is going to do a little bit different. Some of your radios that show the same PEP as this one, they'll do just a little bit more average. They'll drive it a little bit harder. And then some, they may end up doing a little bit less. It just all depends. It all starts with the radio on how the amp is going to act. What I do caution people for, and I try to mention this on a regular basis, is I would not recommend running this sideband RF power wide open, because I'm going to show you guys what happens when you do that. Hello. Hello. That's on AM, so 40 watts average. Hello. If we go to sideband, see how that does. Hello. 70 watts average. That's why I tell people don't run the RF power wide open on sideband, because yes, even though it's probably only showing 100 watts PEP, that 70 watts average power is what's really going to kill it. So I have no idea what this customer intends on running into this amp. Best of luck to him, and I hope he's happy with it. Appreciate it, guys. Rooster in Tennessee, roostercb.com. I do have one more of these available without sideband. Just a reminder, time's a ticking on the July giveaway. To get an entry into the giveaway, all you have to do is buy something off of roostercb.com. For every order placed, you'll get entered into a free giveaway to win a Carl Built 800 HD, and that's a straight 8 mobile amp. So thanks, everybody. Rooster in 10, roostercb.com. See you, bye.